Where my people at? Good morning. Okay, there we are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Every time we come and meet like this, it makes my heart so full and happy. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday morning. I know I'm excited to talk about today's topic. I feel relaxed today. I feel chill. It's like it rained last night. I'm looking out at the beautiful trees, and there's like dewdrops and beauty out there. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling relaxed. I hope you're feeling similarly happy. Today, I want to talk about how to sidestep the BS, as we discussed. Oh, you know what, you guys? I cannot see the chat. That's why it's saying something went wrong. I was starting my thing, and starting the live stream, and on the right it says it has a little YouTube like purple monkey, and he's like, something went wrong. And I was like, what's wrong? It's letting me go, but I can't see the chat. Damn. Okay, please still comment, please still chat. Maybe that'll start something up. But any hearts you can give, any interaction, that would be amazing. Speaking of hearts and interactions and subscribing and all that kind of stuff, we have, I'm hoping that by Valentine's Day, recording this at the end of January, hoping by Valentine's Day, you guys, we can get to 50 subscribers so I can give y'all even better video quality. But in the meantime, and in between time, we're going to treat this like a one of those Star Wars holograms. It was grainy, but there was good information there. I'm going to feel so lonely not being able to see your comments. I don't know, there's a tech problem going on with YouTube, but I'm going to give you the best that I got. Like my name was Anita Baker, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so we are going to talk about, let me see if I put this up. I have a clipboard. I have handouts for you guys. Like, it's going to be great today. Okay. So real quick, we're going to talk about, if you did anything healthy or healthier, or anything that was made you happy this week, please drop it in the chat. I'm hoping, even though I can't see the chat right now, I'm hoping later on it will show up, and I'll be able to go back and look and see what was going on. So if you had any happy, healthy news from the week, anything you felt good about, did you eat a salad? Did you make a doctor's appointment? Did you take a deep breath? Did you stand up for yourself where you usually would have just crumbled and gone to lick your wounds? Like anything you got like that, please do put it in the chat. And I'm going to go back later as soon as YouTube gets this tech problem fixed and listen to what you had to say. Okay, so I have remind me at the end. You can't remind me. I have a couple little exercises for you to do. Okay, so we're talking about sidestepping the BS. So first, what is the BS that I'm talking about? The BS is anything that's existing in your life that's showing up on your timeline that is diminishing the quality of your life. So you can think to yourself, what are some things that might be BS in my life? Am I getting annoyed in traffic? Is it the news? Is it politics I have no control over that is really making me fearful or bringing down the quality of my life, bringing down my vibration? Is it a self-image thing? Am I not being kind to myself? Do I have an ugly image of myself in terms of like, I haven't learned how to shake off any conditioning that I was exposed to that made me feel insecure, unworthy, because I have to tell you, all of that is fake. You are here by the authority of nature and the magic of life. So if there's anything in your psyche that has you feeling downtrodden, anything that has you feeling diminished, less than, not deserving, baby, I just want to remind you this Sunday morning that that is fake. That is some of the BS we're talking about sidestepping. It doesn't belong to you, and that's why it feels so bad. So anything that's in your life that's showing up, that's the BS. It could be financial stress. It could be any kind of anxiety that's making you feel anxiety about the future, things like that. Anything that's making you feel less quality of life. That's the BS that I'm talking about by stepping or sidestepping and bypassing. And so that is what the BS is. And I'm going to give you a technique and a tool today to help you sidestep that. So the ways that we empower the BS in our life, and we're going to be undoing that and doing a little antidote to that. The ways that we empower the BS in our life is that we give it time, we give it attention, we give it words, we give it authority, we give it audience, we give it legitimacy, we regard it, we accommodate it. So anytime that we're kind of like lending what we are, because we are pure energy, power, magnetism, the coalescence of magic, anytime we take all of that dynamic power that we are and we lend it to something outside of ourselves or something that's come into our view, our purview, that is how we empower the BS. So in order to disempower the BS, we're going to be doing something different. So I want you to think about what it's costing you in terms of your quality of life. So when you think about, is it worth even trying to learn to sidestep it? Is it worth doing this? Is it worth doing that? Think about the quality of your life. Think about the opportunity cost that you're experiencing. So opportunity cost is like whatever you're doing now is costing you the opportunity to do something else. So when I'm scrolling TikTok and they're starting to feed me things that are making me go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, is that, could that, and then the algorithm's getting me more and I'm looking and I'm like, and it's starting to do this and do that. And I'm thinking like, oh, this is terrible. This is whatever this is terrible. That is me empowering the BS, and it is bringing down my quality of life. And if that was a moment, that was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, half a day, a week could go by, you know how it is, that I could have been doing something else. What could I have been doing? I could have been coloring. I could have been sketching. I could have been cleaning out my closet. I could have been listening to old music that I haven't listened to in forever. I could have been dancing. I could have been walking. I could have been breathing fresh air. I could have been daydreaming about my future. I could have been researching things that really light me up and excite me. I could have been online looking for conferences to attend for people who are excited about the kinds of things that I'm excited about. I could have been taking a class. I could have been learning something. I could have been putting time into my presentation. I could have been brushing my teeth. I could have been, there's so many things that I could have been doing. And I lost the opportunity to do them in that moment because I was doing what? Getting sucked in, baby, getting sucked in. So that's what we're going to undo today. I'm going to give you a tool for it in a second. And I just want to also point out that tension that we've talked about before between, like, for instance, we talk about the news or something like that, that tension between I want to be informed, I want to be responsible, I want to know what's going on in the world, legitimate, valuable, and I want to enjoy the quality of my life and I want to make my life the way I want to make it. And I want to really live while I'm here on the planet. I don't want to miss my life and I want to have an exhilarating, great time. But at the same time, other people aren't doing well. I want to do it and I'm not doing well in some ways. And this is a problem and maybe I can fix it and maybe I can help and I want to vote right. There's always that balance between what we feel like we need to do and the obligation, the responsible, important, good thing to do, and then what we feel like we need to do and the responsibility and the obligation to take care of ourselves and live the best life. And am I, what is that word? It's like throwing pearls before swine, like wasting, not appreciating. I can't think of the exact word right now, but am I almost disrespecting the gift of my life and the potential for joy that I have by pouring so much of myself and my magic into all of those things. So one thing that I like to use as a kind of a test for me, and you have to decide for yourself where your line is, right? But for me, I go, well, what can I actually do about it? If I spend a week studying this, if I let this become a regular part of my study, what is the net benefit that I have been able to create out of it? By looking at what's something that's going on, how have I been able to create a net benefit? For instance, a friend shared something with me recently. I love you guys. A friend shared something with me recently about, oh gosh, some food got pulled off the shelves because of this, that, and the other. And there's just some changes that are happening politically. Well, that could be something that I could say, oh, thanks. When I go to the store tomorrow, I could potentially save myself from getting poisoned because of this, that, and the other. So there could be a high net effect. It didn't take me much time. Okay, I get it. They're working on some decontamination for these byproducts. That could be a high potential for positivity in my life that I got from paying attention to that. As opposed to, I could look at what's going on and some violence that's happening and something horrible that's happening tens of thousands of light years away from my reality. And it could depress me and I could see how horrible it is and I could feel the suffering and I could do this and I could do that. And maybe I could have a couple kind words to say to somebody who maybe is related to people who are actually there or something like that. What was the net benefit? All the pull on my quality of life versus the impact I actually had on the suffering. I don't know. You get to decide for yourself, but that's something to think about. The biggest hustles in the world have you put all your energy in now for an imagined benefit later. If you pay all this attention right now to what's going on politically, we can imagine that later you're going to vote perfectly, you're going to convince somebody of something and then they're going to go vote better. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the big payoff is later from spending so much time and effort and energy and quality of life and opportunity cost paying attention to stuff that's out of my control now. For me, I don't know, but you get to decide that for yourself. It's, to me, goes along with the same kind of notion of using, when people use religion as a weapon and they'll say, okay, you guys suffer now, we're going to take all the good stuff now and you guys are going to suffer a lot now, but later trust and believe we're going to be sorry we thrive now and you're going to be so happy that you suffered. Trust us, trust us. I've even heard of it's like this good woman mythology in in another tradition that I learned about from somebody who grew up in it. And the mythology is that for women, if you worship your husband and do everything for him and make his whole world perfect and work from before dawn to after dusk and never give him any problems and make sure his life is perfect no matter how well he's doing and how great he's treating you or how poorly, then if you're really, really good and he really, really likes you because you got to get his approval, when you die, he will whisper your nickname to the deities, and then he'll be the one who decides whether or not you get into heaven. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You pay now, and then later promise there's going to be a benefit. So, okay, now the tool and the technique, I'm just putting that all in your mind. The discernment is for you to figure out, because the other side of it is some things you do now for a benefit later. I brush my teeth every day because I think that's going to keep my mouth healthy for later. So I exercise now, thinking that this is going to not only benefit me now because I enjoy it, but I'm also going to get more rewards later. So there is that thing. So you get to decide. I think the very best way to do it is to try to enjoy everything you do as much as you can now, whether it's something that is easy to enjoy or it's something that feels like a little bit like work. Always try to make it as good as you can, which brings us, I wish I could see you guys' chats, which brings us to the tool that I made for you guys. So hopefully Google, I mean, not Google, well, kind of Google, hopefully YouTube has the links in there. You guys, I made you some handouts that I'm hoping you will use this week if it feels good to you. And if you're into this kind of thing, I know some of you already have your health journals. I've been thinking about making health journals for you guys. So if you have some things that you would love to have in a health journal, if I make one for you guys, let me know what kinds of things you'd like to have in there. I already have some ideas, but I'd love to hear from you because that's something I think I'm gonna create. But for now, you'll have a link to a drive. This is something you can use this week. Okay, this is going to help you bypass the BS and make the most of your life this week. It's just a tool. You can use the tool. You can print it out. You can make your own. You cannot use this at all. You can do whatever you want, but I want to just give it to you in case it is helpful. So this is a highlight reel. It's probably backwards. This is a highlight reel and a game plan. 7-day highlight reel. 7-day game plan with a section for notes at the bottom. So this is just, and I branded it with our Healthy Habits Huddle logo. But this is just something for you to put the date in here and just put a couple of notes each day on your highlight reel. A highlight reel is one of my favorite things in the world. It's just the memories of a moment, maybe when you were having a peak performance. I have my favorite highlight reel moment of my whole life. This is a lifetime highlight reel. This is going to be your highlight reel for the week. My favorite highlight reel, well, there are a few, but one of my favorite highlight reels was a track meet that I had in middle school back in the Midwest, and we were running the mile relay. So each girl would take the baton and run a whole lap around the track and then hand the baton to the next person, a whole lap. So right, I'm the last person, I'm the anchor because I was just strong and I loved it. And so we're going. We were in second. I want to say we were in second or third place, but the person in first place was, I mean, she was halfway around the first curve by the time I got the baton. And I don't know what it was. I was in the zone that day. It was a peak moment. I took that baton. I was just, I'm gone. We come around the back. We're on the back stretch, and I'm just looking at her, and I felt unstoppable. I felt like I was flying, like no resistance. It took no energy from me, and I'm just watching her, and I'm just watching. I'm just closing the gap. Before we get to the 200, which is the halfway mark, I'm past her, and I could hear the crowd going, ooh, right? And I'm hype. Come around the corner, and by the time you get on that last straightaway, I'm locking up, I'm this, I'm that, but I'm feeling good. And now the crowd is standing up, and I'm right in front of the crowd. They put the crowd right there near the finish line, right? And the crowd's going crazy, and I'm going crazy, and even though I can feel it, run through the line. We won with this, that, the other. I felt elated. That is something on my highlight reel. That's one of my lifetime highlight reel memories. So your highlight reel is any moment that you felt whatever feels amazing to you. So that was a highlight for me where I felt exhilarated, I felt powerful, I felt unstoppable. I just felt just this gleeful like power. You know what I mean? There are other highlight reel moments that might have to do with being loved or held by somebody who was kind to you, or just a moment of feeling so, I don't know, innocent and connected. It could be anything, but you can have your lifetime highlight reel stuff that you revisit, and you touch that highlight reel just to feel good, just to remember who you are, just to know how delicious and divine life can be, and to remember, like, that's right, that's right. That's right, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's one way to bypass the BS, is to replace it with something glorious. There's a thing in the way that our brain works called the reticular activating system. You probably heard of it if you're into this kind of stuff. If not, no worries. The reticular activating system is the part of our brain, psyche, makeup, whatever it is, that allows us to see more of what we focus on. So it's almost like the algorithm for life. Like before, software had algorithms, life had an algorithm. So it's the kind of thing where if you are going to buy a burgundy Toyota Corolla, and you start looking at them and looking at this and looking at that, you're going to see more and more and more and more burgundy Toyota Corollas on the road. You might have thought there aren't any on the road, and then once you start really studying it, now all of a sudden you pick it out. It's not that they weren't there; it's that you didn't register them. So the information comes up, but it's something like, I don't know, 2 billion bits of information come into your awareness every second, and only 2,000 make it to your conscious awareness, that kind of thing. So whatever you focus on, they say, what you focus on grows, that kind of thing. So we can use that on your highlight reel. So this week, if you use this, you can write down some of your highlights, some of your best feelings, and you don't have to write complete sentences. You don't have to make this hard. In fact, I hope that you'll do the opposite. I just wrote like, cutest pots for orchid babies. That means I went to Home Depot and I got some new pots, and so my orchids could have more room for their roots, and it was cute. And then I had fun with some family members watching football. But just a cute little note. That's what happened last Sunday. I had a fun talk with a friend. I had fun with another friend. I learned about a mirror exercise yesterday, which I'm going to do in another one of our huddles that I'll teach you. And there's a place for notes. And so when I look back, I said, freeing my mind. My takeaway this week is redefining and becoming more authentically me. 'Tis that season. So if you do this week, if you kind of at the end of each day, so here's how I do it. I put my highlight reel page by my bed. So I know when I go to sleep, I can just say, oh yeah, what were some highlights from today? Oh, this was fun. That felt good. Da, 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 right? That's where I keep my highlight reel. And there's a link under this video where you can go to a Google Drive and just print it out. You don't have to give me an email. You don't have to do anything. You should be able to just download the file. Fingers crossed that's all working. And then on the other side, or it's not the other side, it's a separate sheet. So do it how you want. Print both, print either, whatever. This is a game plan. So I'm encouraging you to use this game plan for whatever you want. I use mine as the Healthy Habits one. I use it for health-related stuff, whatever is healthy for me. Remember that we've talked about at least 9 areas of health that have everything to do from relationships to leveling up to physical health to this or that. So it has, each day of the week, and then again, a new thing for notes. You can use it like this as a checklist. Like I'm going to do the live stream today. I'll get a check there, and then I wanted to check the price. Oh, I want to check the price for services at this new spa place that I found. And I don't have a particular day that I need to do that on. So that all just made it down here on the notes. So you can do like this. You can make it like just a checklist of things I'm going to do this week. This is my game plan. Or you could make it whatever you want. What is your game plan for the week? It could be like, I just want to feel good every day. I want to do this, I want to do that. But as it's related to health is what I'm hoping this will help you with. What else was I going to say to you about this? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, well, you get the idea. You get the idea. Oh, I know what it was. The game plan I keep by my bathroom mirror. I keep on my bathroom mirror. Now, a note to you guys, I used a double-sided tape and stuck it up there. That's a mistake because I'm going to need a razor blade to get that off. So maybe just some regular tape. But I put the game plan I write it up. And then I put it by my mirror so I see it. It's like, oh yeah, what am I doing? Oh, I already did this. You would be surprised just by making a little note how you'll get more things done that would normally just have gotten shuffled in with all of your to-dos or this or that. But having a special one for health, I think is really nice. I love you guys. I wish I could see your comments. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking this time to make a moment for your health and to stand up for you and to love on yourself and to be here with me. This is like, a highlight of my week every single time. We're growing. Let's get to that 50 subscriber mark so that I can start recording on my phone. So if you haven't subscribed and you want to, please do. You are super invited. And I'll see you here next week, same time, same place. Mwah. Big kisses and have fun. Ciao, bella. End of the stream.